Yo, yo, yo. Hello, guys. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Um, so basically, my name is Jordy. I'm a day trader. I've uploaded a few times here before, uh, but nothing. I just wanted, to sh share with you guys, the way I trade and probably also the same reason why almost every trader uploads their trades to YouTube, right? Just for the simple fact of I want to record like a track record of myself if I ever make it. Hopefully I will. So yeah, man, let's get started, right? So I've come up with a simple um, way to just go over the trades I take for the day, and it's just to record them on OBS and then just go over them, uh, go over the recording, and just go step by step of what I was seeing on the trades and everything, right? And maybe one of y'all, or maybe a lot of y'all, can definitely um, grab a little something from here and apply it into you guys, right? And hopefully one of y'all or a lot of y'all can see them. So let's get started, right? So I'm kind of like an order flow trader. I might tell myself, just because for the simple fact that I trade gamma levels, which is this Gex 3 call resistance, Gex 5. There is a lot of levels um, which are gamma levels. We got the call resistance, we got the put support, we got the 1 day minimum, 1 day max, we got the HVL, and then we got the GEX 1 through 10. Okay, 1 being the strongest, 10 being the weaker. Okay, um, so basically, here on the right, we got a software called Bookmap. Bookmap is a software where you guys can just see markets in real time. I can just see orders on the market in real time. I'm sorry. So, for example, um, these orange blocks, these orange blocks represent orders at the same price. So, the more red the block is, the more orders they are stacked at that price. And the more yellow, I'm sorry, the more blue is where there is no orders at all. So basically, the way I use Bookmap is just I try to see how price reacts at these um, big chunks of um, blocks of orders. Do we respect these orders, or do we disrespect them and grab and absorb them and use them as fuel to continue going in the direction they are in? So, for example, um, if price drops down to these orders right here, what do I see? What do I want to see? Right? Do I want to? Uh, I I don't care. I go into the day with no bias at all. I can take longs or short. I don't care. It depends on what the market tells me. That's order flow, I would say, right? So when price drops down to these rectangles, I want to see if all these orders over here, do they push price higher again and start making new highs, or do we just go straight through them, we absorb them, and then we go down, right? So that's bookmark basically. And with that review I'm gonna do right now real quick, um, y'all maybe can understand it better, okay? And then here, top left, we got trading view. Here I was trading an evaluation account from my funded futures. To be specific, it was a core plan. And here I got my funded account, right? This is a platform called Quant Tower. These funded accounts, I have them in a platform called Chronos Trading, right? It's a pretty good platform, but not as good as my funded futures, but it's alright, right? Uh, I already had funded account with my funded futures, and they were my first ones, but something stupid happened. Um, for anybody that is funded, y'all know I will not be lying when I say this, but there was a rule, and I remember they told me that, but I just completely forgot, so that was completely my fault, okay? uh, that if you go for more than 7 days without placing a trade on your funded account, that will classify that account as inactive, and they would you will automatically fail that account. So a few days back we had holidays, so I took a break and used them as actual holidays from like December 23 until January 5, which was last week. So I came back January 5 and I tried to place a trade, and then it said account breach, I don't know what, and then I came to the conclusion. I asked support and they told me that my accounts were deactivated, because I didn't place a trade for more than 7 days. So I had to buy another. So I just got one. I had to buy another one, and I had to pass it. So last week I took a trade. I made 3%, which is 1,000. This is a 50K account. I made 3%, 1,500, and today I made another 1,500, which is the trade I took here. I also took a trade here, okay? And y'all will see that on this trade, I am I'm an unprofitable trader. I have never taken a payout in my life. On my other account, I was close to. I was really close to. All I needed was one more day of $100, and then I was eligible for a payout. So I did felt really bad when I came to the conclusion that I had lost my account. But shit happens. You cannot let that shit bring you down, especially how far I am into this shit. So we just gotta get through it and then start again, right? So that is that. Okay, this account on top, my funded futures account, now that I am funded because I passed it today, hopefully, this is end of day drawdown. So I don't care about that. But this one over here, this is intraday trailing drawdown. So as market goes down, and if I go into profit, um, my trailing drawdown starts moving. So if this shit goes into profit and then it goes up and hits my stop loss, it's like I I did double the drawdown, you know. So I gotta be quicker with it. And this is my first account like that with intraday trailing drawdown. So I don't, I just don't. I've never done an account like this, so I'm pretty new and my performance might drop. But with this in mind, y'all understand me, and yeah, y'all understand, and hopefully y'all can see why I trade the way I trade and everything, right? So let's get started. So I started this recording 9:32 to about to be 9:33. Let's say 3 minutes into market open, right? So we are over here, right? I will just do this, right? But I want you guys to understand. So we came up into this call resistance, and then we rejected it to the tick, and then dropped down and made a new low. Here, right, this was before market open, so I cannot trade. Usually I like to take a trade between 9:30 to 9:45, right? Here I was just explaining, I was just saying, okay, I if we don't go up here anymore and we continue going lower, I might, just take a short from the GX5, which was the level down here. But in the meantime, if we are between two levels, two gamma levels, I cannot take a trade because I like to have my stop loss either above or below a gamma level for me to feel protected, for me to feel like my stop loss is in a good spot, right? But at the beginning, this is what I was thinking. We go up here, and then we go up to this high. But my original TP would have been up to this high, but it was not up to that high just because I all I needed was 25 points with 3 minis. Of course, I would have gone if I would have been in with 1 mini or 2 minis or 15 micros, whatever. My stop loss needed to be at the high, right? And if y'all are wondering why there is Discord messages here, if you haven't noticed, it's just because for Bookmap you have to pay a subscription. Subscriptions can on Bookmap, if you don't get a discount, they are pretty expensive. And since I am on a budget, I use the Discord of my mentor. Okay, but this is not signals. This is none of that. I swear to God. And then yeah, he doesn't show his screen. All he shows is Bookmap, just because my mentor doesn't want us mentees to just copy his trades. He just, um, he just put it up for us, so we don't have to pay a dime for that. So, that's good shit from him, right? Okay, let's continue. So here I saw prices starting chopping around, and I all I wanted was for price to tap one of these levels after market open, just to start looking for a trade, right? So let's continue going left. Here we were up. Now I know my ICT concept. I know price drop down, swap this low right here. We still had this gap right here, and then we had inverted these gaps over here. This was a 3 minute gap I had marked out, a bearish gap. This shit got inverted, so most likely people were also going long here. But all I was waiting for was for price to go above the call resistance and then continue going higher. Here I was looking at the E-mini, S&P 500, and I was seeing if he also was pushing higher, but it was consolidating. So that was giving me a little bit of not confidence, just because of the fact that E-mini, they are very correlated and they should move the same way, right? Okay. So here I want y'all to see something. This yellow line right here represents. Okay, let me just bring a little bit forward so y'all can see. Okay, right there. This yellow line, call resistance, this yellow line right here represents the call resistance. So y'all can see I don't mark them out after the shit happens. These levels you can import them into your book map or into your charts. It's like an indicator, but you also have to pay for it. And if you wonder what gamma levels are, it's just uh, a point in a price in the chart where most of the volume is concentrated and where most of the big moves can start from. This is where most of the market makers um, hedge their positions. There is also positive and negative gamma environment. So if we are in a positive gamma environment, most likely as price is going up, market makers will be selling and vice versa. And if we are in a negative gamma environment, uh, most likely as we sell, market makers will be selling with us. And if we are going up, market makers will be buying with us, right? So in a negative gamma environment, um, the moves tend to be bigger, the market tends to expand more and be more volatile. On a positive gamma environment, the market tends to have a smaller ranges, a smaller expansions, but you can also profit from that, okay? But it's also very important to know in which kind of gamma environment we are in. So in this scenario, in today's trade, we were in a positive gamma environment, okay? Now here, I guess we were just retracing back down to the 3 minute gap we had just inverted, and all I was waiting for was for price to go up here, right? Above the call resistance, and then to continue going higher to this high, because this is data high. And we also had the GEX3 right here. So usually what I do is I take a trade from a key level and then I target the next one based on bookmap order flow and also this over here, right? Now I want y'all to see something right here. Okay, right there, right there. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Okay, right there. Okay, right there. I want y'all to see something. Hold up, hold up. Let me move, let it move, let it move, let it move. Right here. Did you see it was how this thing right here used to be really, really orange, and then as we were going up with it, everybody was removing their orders. Anything above us is sell orders. Anything below us is buy orders. So as price was removing them, as price one was going up, they were removing them. There was nothing here that could stop us. So I expected that if we went up here, there was nothing stopping us. We were gonna have a big move higher, right? And did you see this big red block at 26,025? We had 84 orders there. I know the quality is bad because it's a recording, but we had 84 orders there. And it was luck on my side. It was directly 26,025 was directly my TP 26,024.75, just one tick difference. So usually the market uh, bookmap tends to go to these levels over here, right? Um, I still don't have the information why, but it does. So as you can see, the market is about to make a new high, is about to take these highs as an ICT trader, but or you can say it's making new higher highs. So you can see it gets me triggered there, boom, it gets me triggered there. Stop loss is kind of like below um, the gap, as you can see right there, and now you're gonna see the big move we have higher. There is no sellers right here. Sometimes there is a lot of sellers right here, like right now, for example, they're starting to appear, uh, you know, but we don't care about them. We just go through them, we absorb them, and then because these people are selling, so if these people are selling, people right here must be hitting the ask button. People that are selling here, the same people that are buying these orders right above, so we just absorb them, and that's why we have big moves. And as you can see right here, I'll let it play out. um you're gonna see right now, look at how we absorb them over here. Now all I'm waiting for is for price to make a new high, is for price to make a new candle, to create a new candle right here, the new 1 minute, and then uh, make a low, and so I can trim my stops. That's all I'm waiting for. Check this out. Check this out. Hold up, not yet. Here, I'm just, there you go. There. Hold up, there. I waited for it to expand, and then boom. Hold up. And then right there. And then you're gonna see right now, boom, 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 boom. And then as you can see right here, do you see this? This, you ask yourself, but well, why are we going down? There's a lot of sellers right here. Yeah, because all the same sellers that are selling here, the same people that want price to go higher, they are just hitting the ask button. People right here are hitting the bid button. People that want price to go up are hitting the ask button. So the same people that want price to go up, they are buying the orders out of the people that are selling. That is why price goes up so hard. There is no sellers here, and then boom, I get triggered. I pass my account, and then it stops somewhere around there. A lot of orders right here. It tries to go there, but then price just melts from there, as you can see right there. Boom, price starts melting, and then just like that, you know okay, so hopefully y'all understand it. And here I was just, I was just happy, I was just celebrating that I passed my account, and nothing can bring me down, blah blah blah. So let's skip to the other trade I took on my funded. So having in mind that this is an intraday trailing drawdown, at this point I knew we were chopping around. This is not a good price action, so I was gonna be really confident as to how I was gonna enter, how many contracts I was going to enter, and then how tight I was gonna throw my stop loss. So here, right here, this is where somewhere here I have to enter. On this retracement right there, we enter. So you're gonna ask me, why did I enter there? Well, I entered there just because we had a lot of sellers right here, and as you're gonna see right there, we cannot go above those. and we were making new lows. We had rejected at the call resistance. You see right here, the call resistance. We went up, dropped below. Now we had all these candles over here that cannot close, that couldn't close above the call resistance anymore, and we had big displacement candles to the downside. I just entered on that retracement, and the stop loss was about that previous highs and 2 micros only. And intraday trailing drawdown, we started chopping again. We started chopping, 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 and then let me just skip right here. Okay, right there we made that high. I turned my stop loss to that high, and then price was going down over here, but somewhere around here it took me out. You're gonna see. I wanted to add to this position, but we were just chopping around so much that I just didn't want it to add to my position anymore. So somewhere around here, I trailed my stop loss. You're gonna see right now. Right there placed my stop loss to break even. I wanted to see price go down to these levels over here and then just observe them, so we could have a big move lower to the data lows, and then just right here I think I show my stop loss. Right there, I saw my stop loss. It was 10 a.m. at this point. 10 a.m. Used to 10 a.m. candle open, the 4-hour candle open tends to have the AMD model, so I don't like trading that. I don't like to be in a position at that time, uh, you know, just for the fact. And then it took me out, and then you're gonna see like minutes. Okay, so after that, the market just expands lower. I think I really got a good edge with this strategy that I have developed myself, and that if I stay consistent with my risk, if my psychology stay consistent, I don't, if I don't over leverage, over trade, if I don't go on tilt, I can definitely get a payout in, by March or something. So we'll see. But in the meantime, hopefully y'all like this review and y'all can get something from it. And maybe tomorrow I take a trade and I will upload it for you guys. Y'all take care.